Hello, welcome back to PdubTV. My name is Logan Wertman.
And I'm Alexander Good.
And I'm Zach Simon. For our first video today, we are going to take it to Logan Wertman with his video about the success of the Puamosville football team.
Okay. Welcome back. My name is Logan Wertman and we are live on PdubTV. And today we are going to be talking about why the football team is so successful. The coaches at PW make their football players lift at least 3 times a week. The coaches recognize that weightlifting will get you stronger and faster for when you're ready to go out on the field. Now this mindset is taken throughout the entire season. You want to be stronger and faster than your opponent, therefore the coaches push every player. Weightlifting also has an impact on your mental health. And while playing sports, it is good to keep your mind clear and stress-free for when you go out on the field. Football players practice 5 days a week. Every practice has a different purpose, focusing on different parts of the game to make you more successful come game day. Another reason the football team is so successful is because the coaches personally care for every player. They see the potential that every player has, and they really want every player to be as successful as they possibly can be. Practices for the football team are very intense. There is lots of conditioning. The coaches like to make sure that you are fully conditioning, therefore you run quite a bit of football practice. Another point of success is our strength and conditioning coach, Ed Barrett. He pushes us to stay in shape and stay healthy, therefore helping you perform better out on the field. Now you probably noticed that I've changed clothes. However, disregard that. Let's get back into the story. Earlier, I mentioned stuff about weightlifting. However, that is not the only part of success. The football team at practice is dedicated, and it shows through the hard work and fun they have throughout practice. Now on the final and strongest point, like I stated earlier, it comes down to the coaches. Like stated before, all the hard work, weightlifting, and time put into the game, the coaches' strategies bring it all together. This is the end of the segment. So, this is Logan Wertman. Thank you for tuning in to PdubTV. See you next time. Now, we're going to take it to Alex with his national news report on Russia's election.
The name's Alexander John Good, and I'll be handling the international news today. So, let's get right into it. The Russian Federation, a country 1 3/4 times larger than the United States, has been under scrutiny and condemnation by the Biden administration and many European nations. To understand why, we must look at the recent history of Russia. December 26, 1991, the Soviet Union officially ceased to exist. In its place, the Russian Federation, headed by both an elected president and a prime minister. In 1999, Vladimir Putin became prime minister. The year following, he became the acting president and won 2 following elections. His successor was his prime minister, and when his term ended, Putin once again became president. He will remain in office until 2024 when his term ends. Controversy over Putin has long existed. He and his government have been accused of suppressing opposition leaders and unlawful military actions, specifically in the Ukraine. Alexei Navalny, leader of the Russia of the Future Party and founding member of the Anti-Corruption Foundation, was arrested on January 17th. He was returning to Russia after being hospitalized due to an intentional poisoning in Tomsk. After hospitalization in Germany, he returned to Russia and was promptly detained and charged on multiple counts by the Russian government. He was eventually sentenced to 2.5 years at a corrective labor colony. On February 28th, he was reported to have recently arrived in penal colony IK2. Many nations and organizations have called for his release, citing his unlawful imprisonment and inhumane treatment. Opposition suppression is not the only matter of controversy surrounding Putin. Russia invaded the Ukrainian regions of Crimea, Donbas, and surrounding areas in 2014. Widely condemned by the international community, tensions have once again flared. Recently, Russian forces have been building up on the border of Ukraine, and many observers fear another Russian invasion. It would seem that for the foreseeable future, Russia is in the hands of Vladimir Putin. What role Russia plays in the world depends on him. Hopefully President Putin will see that peace and friendship with the West is desirable, as Russia has a far greater enemy to the east. And that's all, PW. Alexander Good, signing off. Last but not least, we'll be taking it to Zach with his story about mental health.
For many people, staying active is something that is very important to them. Almost everyone knows that staying active can help you gain muscle, lose weight, and strengthen your bones. But many people don't know that it can also benefit you mentally and emotionally. We are now going to take this to an interview with the PW Life Fit instructor, Mr. Bashore, to get his opinion on what staying active can do for you. Active mean to you?
Okay, staying active, what it means to me, it means I like to cross train. I like running, I like biking, I like lifting, I like yoga, and staying active is like part of my lifestyle. It's what makes me go, keeps me hopefully younger, keeps me sharp. So yeah, an active lifestyle is what I really encourage everybody to do, in their lives. In psychology, we learn that when you're active, your brain releases chemicals, endorphins and serotonin. Endorphins make you feel good. Serotonin also is a drug that your brain produces. It's a neurotransmitter that gives you the feeling of happiness. So there's a direct connection between exercise and healthy brain chemistry. I believe you should have a combination. You should have some aerobic exercise, something that gets your heart pumping. It oxygenates your brain. It gets blood flowing in your brain and oxygen. So you want something that's going to make you breathe heavily. You need to do some strength training. Strength training is all about, again, keeping the muscles strong and keeping the body strong. And then I just recently in the last year started doing relaxation and yoga and stretching, and I found that was an aspect I was missing. When I was younger, all I wanted to do was lift weights and get strong and get huge. Then I started realizing that the aerobic stuff was really beneficial. Now I'm going, okay, the stretching and the yoga is even better.
Clearly, there are many mental and emotional positives to staying active. If everyone chose to become more active, we could see the world start to become a much happier place with a much lower depression rate in all ages.